a highly ambitious, highly trained, and motivated character. I mean, her eyes stay on the prize, and she is a part of a organization that is really bigger than herself, and it's bigger than Iron Man.
Well, I think the first time that we saw this character, we didn't really know much about her. We never learned much about the Widow. She's a slippery fish in Iron Man 2, and you know, we get little glimpses of her true identity, but it all happens so quickly. To be able to play, you know, the Black Widow as she is, she still has many different faces she puts on. I think she still is sort of divisive in that way, but we get to see a little bit more of who she is, a little bit of her history, of her kind of shady past.
She's kind of a survivor, and you know, I think that's what makes her interesting, is that she has all of these layers that we can kind of pull back. You know, there's just like an onion, if you want to use an analogy that's quite common, and you know, we peel back all of these layers and one kind of affects the next and so forth, and I think that's what keeps her, you know, enigmatic.
Most important aspect of my job as an actor that's been carrying this character through not only Avengers, but from Cap, and then also starting in Iron Man, is to keep a sort of steady consistency with the characters and have the character's evolution be one that is cohesive. You know, you kind of want to feel like the character is growing, as opposed to just, you know, staying the same, making decisions based on the person that we know her to be from the films that we've seen her in, you know, and the time we've spent with her on screen.
I think the character's really vulnerable, and she's pretty, like, raw and emotionally available, more than I thought she would be, but I think that's what happens when, like post-snap, I think you're just, like, pretty messed up. And she's like letting herself feel all that stuff, and it's cool. It's cool to be able to do that, and I hope that all of the characters and the way that they deal with the snap and what happens subsequently, I hope that the audience is able to have like a cathartic experience through the character's experience, because it was pretty messed up.
She has a greater calling, and I think that's what makes this character really heroic, is that she's kind of dug her heels in and said, look, you know, I could kind of go down this road, which would be the more desirable road personally, and you know, kind of disappear and live off the map, and you know, everybody kind of have what everybody wants, you know, but she chooses this kind of greater calling.